Label branding, what do you think?
Get right in the whiskey review. I like it. Label branding. So, I love it. And I will say that with the fact that, one, it's the same exact label, basically, as all their other products, which is cool. They have a bean roaster on top of here. So, normally what they have is in their typical bourbon, which I...
Grabbing a pen.
All right, nailed it. Their typical bourbon, they have a picture of the Devil's River, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful scenic route. The coffee bourbon is interesting because they replaced all that with a coffee. It looks like a grinder, a coffee bean grinder. So, and then with coffee beans all on the outside of the grinder, just to signify that this is indeed coffee. They play off of that continuously with the brown letters of Devil River, the brown letters of Coffee Bourbon, the diagram of the coffee itself, and then they have a good write-up on the side which says, just when you thought our award-winning bourbon can't get any better, we infused it with coffee and agave for a sinfully smooth finish like you've never experienced before. Steeped with dark Vienna roasted coffee beans and sweetened with agave nectar, this tasty trio is crafted to provide a smoky, sweet, and rich coffee bourbon. With deep brown appearance, a subtle nose of coffee meets caramel, and hints of dark chocolate. You can enjoy it on any way you'd like, neat, on the rocks, or in your favorite cocktail. Which I always like when companies put their tasting notes on here. Because being a new to bourbon, you would like to refine your tastes, and sometimes it's hard to get your hands around. Maybe not necessarily this one isn't the best example because you can get your hands on caramel and hints of dark chocolate, but with some things that are infused with rosemary or thyme or something like that, you can then put those flavor profiles to a word, and then you can use it down the road when comparing it. Word bird. So for this one, I would probably give it an A++.
I agree.
Agree.
Oop. Perfect timing.
Ooh. What do you... The nose is surprisingly hot.
You get the ethanol of the whiskey, but then you get the gentleness of the Vienna beans. So I'm also going to give this an A++.
Mm-hmm. What are you getting on the nose from a taste? Or from a smell? Nailed it. Do you taste with your nose? Because I do.
That's your first Mikeism, dude.
I know. You're rubbing off on me, and I don't like it. No, I'm just kidding. I love it.
This is it's got some oils in it too.
Yeah. So straight off the nose, all you're getting is a whiskey, like that hotness,
yeah,
and then coffee beans, personally, and like a hint of dark chocolate.
Yeah, I'd roll with that.
Would you buy it for $1?
I'd buy it for 75 cents. You got yourself a deal, mister. So
nose A++.
Yeah, initial taste, coffee, duh. Also A++.
Yeah.
But coffee, and this, I agree with the bottle. Over ice, this would be amazing. Yeah. I was going to use the B word, but you can't yell at an airport, so I'm not going to say it on the podcast. So, over ice, this would be great.
So, you're getting, in the initial taste, you're getting the coffee taste. But, honestly, it tastes like a chocolate-covered coffee bean. That's, to me, 1,000% what it tastes like.
No doubt.
Which, in liquid form, yeah.
And I wouldn't surpass, 70% cocoa.
Oh, that's a good point.
It's not like a dark chocolate, but it's a hint of chocolate, so I would keep it 60.
But it's not lame like milk chocolate. This has
correct.
some prominent dark chocolate notes, but not crazy.
Yeah. So, coffee chocolate, initial taste.
A+ checkmark plus.
For the initial taste? Mm-hmm. We already gave an A++.
Well, A+ checkmark plus.
A+ checkmark plus. All right. I agree.
I agree.
Ending
you got
note.
Me mid-sip to that was tough.
Ending note, you get the bourbon, no doubt. Mm-hmm. So you get, what is that?
You're getting a little bit of caramel.
Yeah, but it's a caramel. It's like the caramel oils.
Yeah.
Because you pick up the oil on the back end. Mm-hmm. And yeah, there's a touch of caramel. So I'm good with that.
Touch of caramel, you're getting a little bit of that dark chocolate, and then you're getting that bourbon flavor throughout. So like that oak, vanilla ending note to it. So your typical bourbon taste. But also what's interesting with this, and again, I'm comparing it to Screwball because it's in the same vein, but not really. So Screwball, you didn't get the whiskey taste until like the very, very end when it was already gone through your mouth. This, you can taste that you're drinking bourbon throughout the entire initial sip and ending note.
Same, yeah. So it's the same vein, different gender.
Correct. Your tongue is throbbing because it has alcohol on it through the entire initial taste and the ending note. You can taste, but it's still a very, very high hug. It doesn't stay in your throat. It doesn't really bring you down all the way to here. Everything stays in your mouth, which is an amazing thing to have when you're associating it with coffee, because you don't want that deep darkness that isn't appealing when you're drinking something coffee. You don't want something very heavy.
Right.
This is supposed to be something that brings you up and makes you have energy and all that. If this was a very, very heavy bourbon, it would not go well with this. So I'm very happy that Devil's River stuck this with their regular small batch whiskey rather than their rye or their cask strength, because this is the perfect mash bill and the perfect heat for this type of whiskey.
Yeah, I'm with you. A+, checkmark plus.
Yep. And you got the tasting notes, right?
Yeah, caramel, oak, vanilla, and then coffee, chocolate. So final rating.
If you had to have something on your shelf like this, like in that same vein, what would you even think about having instead of this? Like, this is kind of in a tier all of itself.
Yeah. Nothing. 'Cause like the bourbon cream from Black Button is same tier, same vein, same gender as Bailey's.
Mm-hmm.
Screwball is pretty different, but you can also kind of put it on the same tier as the bourbon liqueur or the
coffee liqueur,
yeah, the coffee liqueur from Black Button. This is just because it's whiskey first, and that's what separates it. Like we were saying earlier, I can't think of anything.
If anybody has any recommendation in the comments for us to try compared to this, let us know. I don't know of anything.
Maybe the
compares.
pumpkin, the Southern Tier pumpkin whiskey.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. And that episode will be coming up soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, this is something, again, that you can have whenever.
Yeah.
This isn't a special occasion. This isn't a shot. This is something that you can pour whenever you want. Doesn't matter if it's coffee in it. The coffee notes are subtle. They're prominent, but they're subtle at the same time, and it's whiskey first, which is what I love about it.
Yeah.
All right. Final rating. You ready?
Hey, give me that countdown.
3, 2, 1.